Okay, did anybody else watch the Tucker Carlson interview with Ted Cruz yesterday and think, what in the world has happened to Tucker Carlson?
Tucker Carlson is coming hard for Ted Cruz, and the entire internet is talking about it. Hey, beautiful people, how you all doing today? It's your girl Destiny here, and welcome to my channel. How you all been? Hope you guys are doing great. So, you guys know Ted Carlson, the journalist, and all that. We all know that he supports the Israel, and all that and all that. If you know Tucker, you know what I'm talking about. But it seems like table have switched. I don't know what's going on right now. But there's this interview of Tucker and Ted Cruz actually talking about Israel and all that. And the way Tucker was coming for Ted, like, got everybody giving it the side eye. So in this interview, Tucker at first was asking Ted, like, oh, what was the population of Iran? And Ted was talking about how he doesn't know the population of Iran. And it was like a country that you're so invested in destroying, you don't know the population. And we're like, he does not have to know. That conversation was even already weird because Tucker gave the number, Ted could not give the number of Iran. And also they went on to talk about Israel and why the country America and the government of America is supporting Israel, even though there's a lot of evidence that Israel is on the wrong. And Ted went on to talk about how he is supporting Israel because the Bible told him at Bible school when he was young that that whoever bless Israel will be blessed, and that is why he was supporting Israel. And you could just see the bantering between these two went really heated and interesting because people are like, okay, so is this the mindset a lot of American people in the government, like government officials, are running with? Because the Bible said, who bless Israel shall be blessed, knowing that very true where the state of Israel we're talking today is not the Israel that it's in the Bible. And even let's even talk about the Bible, how the Bible might not be what we think. Anyway, guys, let's go check out this couple of clips from this interview and then we'll come back and talk more.
How many people live in Iran, by the way?
I don't know the population.
At all?
No, I don't know the population.
You don't know the population of the country you seek to topple?
How many people live in Iran?
92 million.
Okay. Yeah,
How could you not know that?
I don't sit around memorizing population tables.
Well, it's kind of relevant because you're calling for the overthrow of the government.
Why is it relevant whether it's 90 million or 80 million or 100 million? Why is that relevant?
Because if you don't know anything about the country...
I didn't say I don't know anything about
Okay, what's the ethnic mix of Iran?
They are Persians and
what
predominantly Shia. Okay, this is cute.
It's not
okay.
even, you don't know anything about Iran. So
okay,
I
am not the Tucker Carlson expert on Iran.
You're a senator who's calling for the overthrow of the government.
You're the one who
claims, know anything about the country.
No, you don't know anything about the country. You're the one who claims they're not trying to Donald Trump. You're the one who can't figure out if it was a good idea to kill General Soleimani, and you said it was bad.
You don't believe they're trying to Trump.
Yes, I do.
Because you're not calling for military against them in retaliation. And if you really believe that...
We're carrying out military today.
You said Israel was.
Right, with our help. I said we. Israel is leading them, but we're supporting them.
Well, you're breaking news here because the U.S. government last night denied, the National Security Council spokesman Alex Pfeiffer denied on behalf of Trump that we were acting on Israel's behalf in any offensive capacity.
No, we're not. Then Israel.
You just said we were.
We are supporting
This is
Israel.
High stakes. You're a senator. If you're saying the United States government is Iran right now, people are listening.
Growing up in Sunday school, I was taught from the Bible, those who bless Israel will be blessed, and those who curse Israel will be cursed. And from my perspective, I want to be on the blessing side of things.
Of those who bless the government of Israel?
Those who bless Israel is what it says. It doesn't say the government of, it says the nation of Israel. So that's in the Bible. As a Christian, I believe that.
Where is that?
I can find it to you. I don't have the scripture off the tip of my... You pull out the phone and use the...
It's in Genesis. So you're quoting a Bible phrase. You don't have context for it and you don't know where in the Bible it is, but that's like your theology? I'm confused. What does that even mean?
Tucker.
I'm a Christian. I want to know what you're talking about.
Okay. Where does my support for Israel come from? Number one, because biblically we're commanded to support Israel. But number two...
Well, hold on.
No.
Hold on. You're a senator, and now you're throwing out theology, and I am a Christian, and I am allowed to weigh in on this. We are commanded as Christians to support the government of Israel?
We are commanded to support Israel. And what
does that mean, Israel?
We're told those who bless Israel will be blessed.
But hold on. Define Israel. This is important. Are you kidding? This is a majority Christian country.
Define Israel? Do you not know what Israel is? That would be the country you've asked like 49 questions about.
So that's what Genesis, that's what God is talking about.
The nation of Israel, yes.
And so is that the current borders, the current leadership? He's talking about the political entity called Israel?
He's talking about the nation of Israel. Yeah, nations exist, and he's discussing a nation. A nation was the people of Israel.
Is the nation
They're the
God
descendants
is
of
referring
Abraham.
to in Genesis, is that the same as the country run by Benjamin Netanyahu right
Yes.
now?
Where does my support for Israel come from? Number one, because biblically we're commanded to support Israel. But number two,
Hold on.
And I'm really happy he said that, because when you hear it, you realize how ridiculous it sounds. Even if you're not following a theology, if you don't identify as a Christian, you realize that you have a senator that is sitting across saying that his number one reason, he didn't say one of the reasons, he said my number one reason that I support Israel is because the Bible commands me to do so. And just so you know, the Bible does not command, and this is what Tucker Carlson is getting to in that clip, it absolutely does not command you to support the modern state of Israel. Like Genesis is pointing to the modern 1948 created state of Israel. Exactly. And you must support it, despite the fact that it is very much involved in what can only be described as demonic behavior since its creation, right? And so you're going to ignore every other biblical passage. You're going to misinterpret this one. It's a dispensationalist heresy, which was factually funded by the World Zionist Congress. And we can do another episode on that as I present to you guys all of the evidence that what it guided the notations. This really stems from the Schofield Bible, the heresy of the Schofield Bible. Schofield himself was an absolute fraud who got funded and was overseas and alleges that he wrote all of these notes in the Bible and is telling people how to read their Bibles. The first time that notations were put underneath the passages. So this is what Genesis says, and this is what it means. And this is how this heresy arrived in America. Then somehow this guy is able to, it becomes the most printed book, and Oxford Press gets behind it because, like a random pastor, you get the idea here. It was very much a funded effort to have Christians misunderstand the Bible. And Ted Cruz is one of these Christians.
I think for the first time, I'm convinced Ted Cruz was telling the truth about something. Because during his interview with Tucker Carlson, this man said he became a United States Senator. Lock in for this. He said he became a senator for the United States of America because his goal was to defend the state of Israel. I believe him. I believe he's only working for AIPAC, because that's what it sounded like. And he's going back and forth with Tucker Carlson. And I think he got caught up in friendly because he's confused as to why Tucker's talking to him this way, that he had no idea he was still on camera. I mean, yeah, he works for AIPAC. He does not work for his constituents. And yes, I absolutely believe him.
Growing up in Sunday school, I was taught from the Bible, those who bless Israel will be blessed, and those who curse Israel will be cursed.
They dig us up and act, well, what happened during the downfall of America? This is the majority of it. Politicians who are following an outdated book that has been mistranslated countless of times. These politicians refuse to look at updated scientific facts. I would rather follow a fable book that will lead human society to extinction. What do you mean you're getting your policies from Sunday school? Correct me if I'm wrong. Whatever happened to the separation of church and state? What does your Sunday schools got to do with my policies? What pissed me off the most is that he will pick up a Bible but won't pick up a history book because they're not the same Israel. But he's too stupid to get that. For the politicians that's gonna be running in the future, this is the year, because all of them are out. If you even breathe Israel, I'm not ranking you, I'm not voting for you, and yes, I will be checking.
Okay, did anybody else watch the Tucker Carlson interview with Ted Cruz yesterday and think, what in the world has happened to Tucker Carlson? I really used to like this guy, but he looked so insane during this interview. He was so offended and acted completely juvenile. It was the most disgusting thing I've ever seen Tucker Carlson do. He looked so bad. He literally made himself look very weak and immature. Did anybody else get that same? I mean, I was watching it with this open mind thinking this is going to be a great interview, and then it just went downhill really fast. But Tucker was, it grossed me out. I don't even think I can watch Tucker Carlson anymore. I really feel like he needs to give an apology to Ted Cruz. It was, what a debacle. Anybody else feel the same way? If you haven't watched it, go watch it. Come back, tell me what you think, because I watched it twice and could not believe what I was seeing. Tucker, get a grip, dude. You were so rude, so condescending. It was disgusting. And you know what? And let's talk about Candace Owen, too. I used to like watching her, but she's gone completely crazy and downhill. What is happening with these people?
They're knowing the truth.
Yeah, just when you think you've got the right people on the right side, boom. Cuckoo. I don't know. What do you guys think? I'm mind blown today over it.
And Tucker Carlson, you big nasty. I'm not falling for it. Because my question is, seeing you eat up Ted Cruz is cute. And when I say big nasty bitch, I don't mean it because you're fat, because I don't know if you're fat or not. All I see you is as a talking head. I mean you big and you nasty, as in you know what you're doing. You have a nasty character about you, and I don't like that. I see you eating up Ted Cruz, which I mean, low hanging fruit, if you ask me. But it's like, if you knew that you had this ability to think cognitively this whole time, why did you spend all those years peddling white supremacy on Fox News? I would like to know that. We're not skating past that. And you aren't eating that man alive. Don't get me wrong. But I'm no dummy. You have some questions to answer, sir, because if you can understand how the United States is being bought and sold by Israel, and it's so weird to have politicians beholden to a foreign government, then you could have understood all the other stuff that you didn't help to establish in this country, peddling white supremacy and evangelical Christians and national extremism. What are we doing? I'm not falling for it. This rebrand is not working for me unless you come in to answer some questions first.
Ted Cruz has just, with this latest interview with Tucker Carlson, helped us all understand what's been going on. He pulled the rug from underneath he pulled the most necessary domino, the one where all of us are wondering, why are they doing this? Where is their loyalty? Ted Cruz just told us. And so what that means is that they've been legislating. They've been legislating on behalf of Israel. And this is the left and the right. And so when it comes to legislation, when it comes to women's rights, when it comes to, are you telling me that all these guys have been working for Israel? I need answers. I genuinely need answers. And I think Candace, Tucker, Ian, Dave, all these guys are going to give us, Abby, Anna, a few more folks on CNN that I've been seeing who have been keeping things straight. But this is a big deal. Have you been wondering why bills can't get passed to help the American people? We just found out why. We just found out one of the most important reasons why. We have legislators who come to Congress before they're even in office with the intent of working for Israel. So that I think can explain why they don't really seem to care about our economy, too. You all can make a lot of videos with this. The American people need to know this. And there's some very creative ways that you guys can do this with AI and whatnot. I want to scream so loud right now. So just to repeat, just to take this in. We have legislators who are legislating for Israel now. You know, we've known they've got handlers. We've been putting all the pieces together. There are people out there who've been like, it's both sides. Never really fully filling in for us how it's both sides. But Ted Cruz just told us how it's both sides. And therefore, how when American people are saying we want gun legislation, and on the right they say no, on the left they apparently fight for it, but then they just kind of go like, hey, oh, whatever, because they're two sides of the same thing. They keep each other at the level that they want to be at. So last time I'm going to say this. Ted Cruz has just revealed to the American people, and probably other countries, that our legislators are working for Israel because they believe that they will be blessed if they do, and that they will be cursed if they don't. And the Middle East, certain countries, are all on the receiving end of what it looks like to be cursed, as are the Democrats. You can tell who Israel curses, because the Tom Cottons, the Democrat, the Trump, he goes after them narratively speaking. All right, guys, I can't wait to wake up tomorrow and see what you guys do. More of this.
This is really crazy. Like, please go down in the comment section and share your thought about this interview. Let me know what you think about both talking about Israel and also talking about why they will protect Israel at all costs. Go down in the comment section, share your thought, but please, as always, keep it respectful. You're on this channel, we're allowed to disagree, but we'll do it in a very respectful way. So go ahead, feel free, share your thoughts. I'm not surprised. Somebody saying that, oh, how come Tucker Carlson is changing his tone after all these years. He has support the Zionists and Israel for all these years. Now he's the one tackling Ted Cruz like this. Let me tell you something. A lot of us have been misinformed, which I'm going to do another video of Candace Owen, because the switch on Candace Owen, that's one that also shocked me. But I'll tell you, coming from someone that honestly I really believe in this Israel thing, just the way Ted said it, like, oh, the Bible, I years ago used to believe on it until a couple of years ago, where I had to educate myself and find out that the Israel we're talking about is the Israel that was created in 1946 or so, like recently. It's not the same Israel that was talked in the Bible. And also when I started doing my research on religion, on how a lot of things has been moved and shifted just to fit a certain narrative and all that. See, I respect, if you believe in religion, you believe in Christianity, I'm going to respect you, but I don't. I personally, I've said it a couple of times here on this channel, how I don't believe in any form of religion. But I believe in God. I don't believe in any form of religion. And this is one of the reasons, because there's a lot of moving piece that they don't want us to have the conversation about, which sometimes I just want to remove myself from the conversation and don't have it. But in cases like this, I just feel like these are conversations that should be had. There are a lot of moving pieces that has been moved when it comes to religion, especially Christianity. I'm going to speak of Christianity because that's what I was raised in. I was raised in a Christian home, and I know the Christian religion, so I want to speak on it, not and all that. It's how, like, if you do your research and find out the history of Christianity, how it was, what Israel is, how a lot of things were manipulated even to date, and even the Bible. So I met this guy. He was trying to convince me to come to church, and we're having the conversation. And I told him he's not Africa, he's not American, he's from the Middle East. So, and I told him, I said, "Do you know that there is a Hebrew Bible?" This is somebody that is so deep into the church, like is head of church and all that, does not know some of the havoc that was caused in the name of religion, does not know some of the havoc that was caused in the name of this religion. And he was like, "No, I will like Google it." And he had to Google it, and he was like so shocked that this, and this is the thing, that when it comes to religion, it just keeps you in a box where you are not allowed to, or would I say, a lot of people that practice religion, okay, not all of them, because I practiced religion before and I decided to do research, to study, to know history and all that. They just go with what is being said on the pulpit and run with it without doing their own research and find this on, like, how did this come to be, what's the real history behind it, what's the backstory behind it. They just run with it. And when it comes to Israel and America, I feel like this is a thing that we will never ever resolve on. What does Israel have on America? That America, no matter how terrible this present day Israel, the country Israel is, America will still support them. Look at what they are doing right now in the Middle East. Look at what they are doing in Iran. And look at what they are doing in Lebanon. Look at what they are doing in so-called, they say, oh, they are reinstating Syria. I personally, I feel like the present day Israel is a strategic point for the American government to have a hand to always control the Middle East. That's my own personal opinion. But to hear Ted Cruz actually confirm that the only that is one of the major reason is supporting Israel is because that's what the Bible said. For me, just to even speak more louder, that a senator that is supposed to be logical and very realistic and thinking and go with the evidence right in front of them, rather than them working with evidence and what has been seen of how Netanyahu, the prime minister of Israel, how much havoc he has caused on the lives of people in the Middle East, especially in the Palestine, the Gaza region, the Lebanon region, the Syria, the Yemen, the Iraq, how much evil, according to Candace, and demonic things that has been done. Rather than look at this evidence and don't support him, they are going with, oh, the Bible said we should support Israel. I feel like it is way deeper than what we know, and we might never know the extent of how far whatever is between the United States of America and Israel is. I feel like we will never know, because all their presidents literally worship the ground Israel walk on. And to think that Israel is not Israel, the Israel they claim us. And the truth is that even Nigerians, a lot of Nigerians, I remember when this old, when I started educating myself, and I was having the conversation, and I said, "Do you know the Israel that the Bible is talking about is not the Israel? Because this Israel you are worshiping and saying that, oh, the God of Israel and all that." Because yes, in Nigeria they pray with the God of Israel. There's, oh, the God of Israel. Da, 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 da. A lot of, if you're in Nigeria, please confirm this for me. And I said, "Do you know that Israel was created just a couple of years ago, just some few years, like 1940 something or that?" And I remember I had a couple of people argue it with me, and when I asked them to Google it, they found out that it was true. So a lot of Christians don't even know the history behind what they worship or what they follow so much. And for me, it speaks. And also, let's even, because it's almost like political and religion all mixed together in this conversation. And a lot of Americans, or will I say, Americans don't understand how much depth has gone into this Israel and American relationship, whatever is going on with these two. We might never know, honestly. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think about this conversation down in the comment section. But as always, keep it respectful. Share this video with somebody that you want to be part of the conversation, because that's what we do here. We have banging conversation. So go on and share this video. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, smash the like button, because this helps YouTube to push up my content for more people to see, and that'll be supporting this channel and this girl here. So go on and do that. Subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Deuces.